Okay, I just got a request for a video on playing bar chords. And I think that's something a lot of people, when they're first starting out with, have some questions about, so hopefully this is helpful for you guys. Bar chords really are just any chord that aren't using open strings. So you're not talking about our open major chords. There's open strings. Bar chords use a variety of strings, but there's no open strings. So the whole shape is movable, and we just change the key, the type of chord it is. We're going to focus on the major bar chord today. That uses all 6 strings. Now first off, let's look at it in the key of A. So we're going to start on the 5th fret with our index finger, then like a power chord, ring finger to the 7th fret of A, little finger to the 7th fret of D, middle finger to the 6th fret of G, and now's the tricky part. Our index finger, it's got to go flat, because it's got to hold down this 5th fret and the bottom 2 5th frets. So it's got to hold down all 6 strings for the 5th fret. That's usually the part that makes it hard to do. Now that we see this shape for the major bar chord, before I forget, once you learn that one, it's real easy to learn your minor bar chord. You're just going to lift the middle finger, and the index still is holding down all 6 strings. Get it back to the major shape and lift your little finger. We got a 7th chord. So once you learn the major, you can learn the 7th and minor just like by lifting fingers. But now let's look at the things that usually go wrong in playing a bar chord, where I think most people have a struggle with it. Now first off, it's that barring thing, I call it, where our finger's going straight like a bar. Usually the biggest mistake I see happen is it's not straight. People tend to like slant the finger. And if I do that, this part of the finger's on a bad spot of the fret. I want to be towards the right side of the fret. If it goes over to the left side of the fret, that's gonna sound like that. Second, there's a crease in your finger here. When you bend it, you really see it. If it's straight, it's still there. It's very easy for that part to land on usually the B string. And if it does, if I go like this, I can even feel it kind of catching on the string. And I can't make contact with the fretboard that way. So sometimes just bringing the finger up or down a little bit, so you're not on that crease, will solve that problem. I've heard some people say it helps to roll the finger kind of to your left, to like this side of the finger. So it's a bonier surface there. And I think it personally makes it harder to reach, but everyone's hands are a little different. And that might be the trick for you. Thumb placement, again, that's a thing. For me, I have it behind the index finger. It's hard to see what other people do because you're usually not watching from the back. But I've found with students that sometimes having them mess around with their thumb position can help get that note, that index finger to do its job. So moving it up, down, left, right a little bit. So you're kind of working on where you're getting that like fulcrum point to that angle or that pressure to push down securely on the strings. That can make the difference. What kind of guitar you play it on makes a difference. If it's a steel string electric, especially like a really heavy gauge string, high action, it's going to be harder to do. Like classical guitar, I think still a little bit harder than an electric guitar. Electric guitar is usually the easiest. If you have the option of what guitar you can practice on an acoustic. It's harder to do, but you'll get more done in less amount of time, I think. And now I think another big I don't want to say mistake, but the ways a lot of times I see people practicing this way, where they progress a lot slower, is first, okay, you're getting your bar chord down, but you're getting a lot of like clicky notes. So you're gonna sit there trying to fix it. Usually it's like the G and B that do that. You fix the B string, the G starts acting up. Fix the G, B starts acting up. And it's a lot of kind of messing around with it to get it to work. But don't drive yourself crazy trying to perfect it right away. It takes practice to do it usually. In the meantime, practice playing it in a way you're going to use it, not just sitting there holding one chord and plucking one string at a time. Take I don't know, for example, I'll say the 3rd fret and the 7th fret. So we're going G to a B major bar chord, 4 times on each chord like you're playing a song. Alright, so you're getting used to moving it side to side. Even if say you're getting strings doing that, if I get the top 3, 4 strings working, it's hard already going to sound workable. So as I work this way, I'll start to just get more used to the chord. And it's going to be kind of a natural progress where all of a sudden you'll hear like the notes, all the strings start ringing out. So it's a good way to be able to kind of develop to get all the strings to work, but at the same time get used to moving it side to side, because that's something to learn as well. Hardest place to play it on the guitar is usually the first fret, because the string tension by the string nut here there's a lot more tension on the string as compared to if you go to the middle of the neck. So try it up higher, 5th fret or so. And that gets a little easier, try to move it down. And then work with patterns. Like here's a good one. We'll go 7th fret minor, 5th fret major, 3rd fret minor, 2nd fret major. All right, I remember learning that when I learned bar chords. This is what helped me kind of switch between major and minor. You could try throwing a 7th chord in there. And mess around with the different types of bar chords that we just went over by lifting ring finger or lifting middle finger or lifting little finger to go. Lifting middle finger's minor, lifting little finger's 7th chord. And that's about it for bar chords today. I hope that covers any questions. If you have any more, just ask. I just got back from tour a couple weeks ago, so I haven't been doing many videos lately, and I'm leaving again in a couple weeks. But come July, I should have some time off and get back to doing more videos on a more regular basis. Thanks for watching, and that's it for now.